Mahigit 50 na ang edad ko. Halata naman sa buhok, di ba? But I noticed that when I was approaching the age of 50, something in me changed. I became very irritable. The slightest disturbance annoyed me. The smallest of faults can, push me into a fit of anger. And once I got started in an angry mood, I couldn't stop. I'd be angry the whole day. Sira na araw ko. And many times, my wife would not be in a good mood herself, and we'd clash because of the pettiest of reasons. One day, I just snapped and went into a blind rage. Nagwala ako. I was screaming and venting out my anger with no regard for anyone I might hurt. To tell you the truth, I got scared when that happened. I had no control over myself. And so, I went to see the doctor and I learned that I had high blood pressure. He prescribed medication to prevent my blood pressure from rising and I guess to prevent my anger from getting out of control. And I've remained, sane since then. Some people say that to get rid of anger, you have to vent it. If there's pressure building up inside, you have to release the pressure. Kapag puputok na raw yung galit, huwag mong pigilan dahil kinakailangan ilabas mo na, sabi nila. However, studies about anger have shown that rather than reducing anger, venting your anger actually fuels more anger. The more you release your anger, the angrier you get. So it's more like fire that's being fed more gasoline. A small fire can turn into a conflagration. If you continue to feed your anger, eventually you build up to a burning rage. And very often, what sparks the anger can be so petty. It can be triggered by a small thing, a toy that you stepped on, your fried egg that got a little overcooked, a little comment that's misunderstood, a favor that got neglected perhaps, or a promise that was not kept. And once you're in a bad mood, anything else becomes an excuse to get even angrier. And before you know it, your anger is out of control, and you're fighting with everyone around you. The New Testament writer James tells us that anger and the fights that ensue are spiritual in nature. It is a faith issue. Listen to what James had to say. What causes quarrels and what causes fights among you? Is it not this, that your passions are at war within you? You desire and do not have, so you murder. You covet and cannot obtain, so you fight and quarrel. You do not have because you do not ask. So very often our anger can be prevented from growing into rage by nipping it at the bud. You didn't get what you want this time? Well, there will be a next time. You felt slighted by somebody? Well, perhaps you misunderstood. Give other people some leeway to make mistakes. But ultimately, as the passage says, our desire to fight comes from our covetous desires that get frustrated. You do not have because you do not ask. It's all about faith in the one who has the power to provide for you. So how do you prevent getting into a blind rage? Well, of course, you have to take your medication for that blood pressure problem. But also, don't depend on other people for the things that you want. Don't allow your anger to get out of control. Instead, bring everything to God in prayer, and your anger and rage will be kept in control. Remember, as you keep yourself from growing into a blind rage, faith matters too.